Welcome to CTV Sports. I'm Dale Schwetz.
And I'm Jan-Eric Frank. A very good morning.
And we are live here for the Madelon Bourdieu Memorial. And this is going to be live from the Santa Rita Polo Farm on the Buenos Aires field. 6-goal polo. It's a new tournament, and there are two new teams here. Jan, so let's go ahead and meet the players.
I'll be delighted to introduce those to you. Thank you, Dale. So we've got Brookfield Farm Polo in the black and the green shirts there. Leading that team is Sophia Dobel. She's coming in at number 1, playing off -1. At number 2, as always, a pleasure to see him in the saddle, Fran Spinacci at 0 goals. At number 3, from England, Alex Webb, 2-goaler. And at number 4, the back, and that is Jason Crowler. Smithfield in white, Craig Allen at number 1. Julio Escura, the 2-goaler at number 2. Then Manu Villamil at 3, playing off 5 goals. And John Klopp playing the number 4 position. Your umpire this morning is Mr. Roddy Matthews. And, of course, as always, our third man and IRO, Mr. Steve Lane.
They'll be using the triggers today here for the 6-goal. We do not use a challenge system. So anytime Mr. Matthews on the field needs the help of Steve Lane for the triggers, you know the triggers, check to see if a goal is scored. Check to see when the ball goes out of bounds. Anytime 2 4-legged athletes or two-legged athletes come together on a very tight play or a ride-off, and to check and see for any unsportsmanlike conduct. They use it mostly for, to check to see if a goal was scored. That's one of the biggest triggers you'll see. But if they need a little help, Roddy can radio into Steve on the sideline with his iPad in real-time technology that was presented and built here at CTV Sports. And we're coming to you live from the studios. So here we go on our first knock-in of the day, and it's going to be picked up here by Brookfield.
Yeah, the ball coming in from Crowder, looking for his number 3, Alex Webb. He's still in possession on the boards, immediately gets a challenge coming around the outside there in 3. That is Manu Villamil. Not able to control that ball. Crowder trying to pick it up now then. Can Julio Escura, who's trying to find a little bit of space for himself. Nice little under the neck shot, looking for his number 1 at the front, Craig Allen. Well, he's going to get a challenge, and that's going to be picked up by the number 2, by Fran Spinacci. He did a good job. Still on the play with the number 3 after that little duel. Villamil. Yeah, he's found a little gap. Well, he's working very hard here now then. This could be the first breakthrough here, and a shot on goal. It's high in the sky. Let's see where that ball lands. I think he topped it slightly, and he tried to finish it there, Craig Allen, but finishing what he started, Craig Villamil.
Yeah, so Craig Callan is on the move, and he'll pull the team in the front. Keep an eye on Craig Callan. I know both him and John Klopp as they play at the Mashomic Polo Club. Very good friends of mine, and I actually had the opportunity to work, and we did with Chucker TV and with Mike Ferrer, executive producer, as we did a lot of testing of replay back in the day, and with the Mashomic Polo Club. So it's nice having John Klopp and Craig Callan here on the field, playing here in our 8-goal. And of course, Julio Escura, who plays with them, is one of our top umpires who works with the women's polo, as it is finished up in February. So we had a lot of ladies playing polo here, and you can check all that out on our website, because there's a lot of great write-ups from our lovely lady Sharon Robb on the women's polo. So please go back and check that out. Thanks a lot.
Here we go then. Ball's back in play. Thank you. That's good to know. Oh, that's just gone over the sideboard now. Then a cut shot here from Spinacci. Well, he cut it, but I think he just got that one out of bounds. So both of these teams down here, Brookfield Farm Polo and Smithfield, getting off to a very, very quick start here. But you keep saying, well, we keep saying this, that, all of our 6 to 26, well, of course, the 26 doesn't apply, but everything 6, 8, 12 has been absolutely phenomenal as far as pace, speed, agility, and also technique is concerned. Here again, we can see that in the opening chukker of this Madelon Bourdieu Memorial 6-goal 2023.
Yeah, no, you're right, Deanne. It has been super fast. All of the tournaments have been a level or 2 higher. I actually was on the phone with Limehouse Properties, who's one of the teams there, and Chip and Limehouse and his son Liza Limehouse will be switching off. Brad Limehouse, the younger brother, is coming to play. I played a lot of polo with Brad back in the day, and they are coming in to do the polo on demand.
Great.
So we're going to be able to talk a lot about Polo on Demand, the most unique polo program in the world. And we talk a lot about it at all levels. So we're going to be able to see a group of players come in who are a polo family. Their father, now gone, Buck, and a big shout out to him. Buck, I love you to death. He was an amazing man. He took care of us like family. So it's going to be great to see his family here. Very good friends of our executive producer and his wife, the Limehouses, also. So it'll be nice to see a group coming in and also using the Polo on Demand program. They'll be playing in the 6th goal in our Madelon Memorial.
Now, that is great. Well, the the Polo on Demand program really is quite unique. And as I said, as you keep saying, Dale, and I think that it makes it so unique, whatever it is that you'd like to do, be it just to play with a pro or play with whoever and whatever you'd like, it's all feasible and doable here at Grand Champions Polo Club. Now, let's go back to the action and see as Julio Escura tried to run that ball downfield, sent back by Spinacci. And Crowder gets pushed out of the that line there. All so far very much clean and very legal. Umpire Roddy Matthews so far having a relatively quiet morning here at the office. Once again, turn around here by Spinacci for Brookfield Farm. Good stick control. Now they're going up. You see there Sophia Doble going up, wanting to get that ball picked up once again by Vijamil. Nice, clean, open polo. And I think, you know what, Dale, that's so great about Grand Champions, that especially the kids at a very low level, they are also not just taught how to ride and hit the ball, but they're also taught the rules. And, of course, you cannot learn those rules quick enough. And as much as, obviously, the game keeps evolving. So I think it's great to see with how much gentleman sportsmanship these youngsters that are coming through are playing polo.
Yeah, no, they're definitely the new generation bringing that to the game. And the style of polo has opened up, and that's the way the game should be played, with speed and pace, and also spectator-friendly. We've worked on procedures. We're going to have a little foul here. Let's talk about it. The ball goes down the field, and the Crowder comes forward here and watch, and then he goes over the top, kind of right there when he hits that back shot. So he makes the back shot cleanly, but then he falls over the right-of-way after he hits the ball. Player within 2 strides is going to get that call. So Jason's got to stay a little more to his left. He had the option to hit that ball, but you got to be careful when you fall over the right of way when there are players coming down the line. This is 6 goal polo. So remember, based on our 6 goal to 26 goal, the spaces are going to be a little bit larger for safety with younger players,
of course,
different horses. And, of course, when you get to the 26th goal, like you'll see this afternoon in the Founders Cup, those distances will get tighter based on the quality of the horses, the level, just the high level of 26 and speed of 26 goal polo.
Well, you just mentioned it, Dale. For those of you watching around the world here on CTV Sports, let us just remind you, we'll do that after this penalty, which will be taken by the number 3, by Manu Vijamil. A penalty for... That looked pretty straight on. So goal number 2 here for Smithfield, and goal number 2 also for Manu Vijamil.
Yeah, I haven't seen Manu play before, and very strong, as his father has been playing here. And, wow, great penalty shot there. And Julio Escura, a very strong captain. The Smithfield is the ranch, a polo farm in Mashonack, New York, that John and Craig play there, keep their horses at. It is a fabulous place to play polo.
Here we go then. Ball back in play after that second goal, that penalty for. And once again, on the move over on the far side. Now remember, Jason Crowder is the other 5-goal player out there on the field. Haven't seen as much of Jason as we have from this man, Manu Vijamil. And on the move once again, Smithfield they try to pick it up on the near side. In comes Spinacci. Will try and control that ball, turns it around very elegantly. Crowder now. What's the game plan? Crowder will go up. He wants that ball from Spinacci. There is the pass. Nicely picked up by Crowder. Now we know what a big hitter he is. And he will try and send that ball deep, deep down into the other half.
Now Crowder, with his helmet, he's got his sash on his helmet. This half, but we'll see if he decides to keep it there. You know how he changes the helmet on us. So, Alex, we're in the 3, and we are going to end our first chukker of play. So that'll end our first chukker, a very open chukker, only one penalty on the day. So we are live from the Santa Rita Polo Farm here on CTV Sports. Stay with us. We'll be back for our second chukker of play.
There's something about when you get up early, prep the plane, and you take off, and you get that first light of day. And the air is crystal smooth. You can see forever. You have to have the right aircraft for the right flight with the right crew up front. Only NetJets can do this. The flight dissolves into the background. It should just be the here and now.
Welcome back to CTV Sports. I'm Dale Schwetz.
I'm Jan Eric Frank.
And we're live here from the Santa Rita Polo Farm. And 6-goal polo at its finest. Remember, 6 to 26. We covered all here on CTV Sports, and you're going to get both today. 6-goal in the morning, 26 in the afternoon. And, let's just go through the players because we have 2 new teams, which is great. And the Brookfield team did play with us in our last tournament, but Smithfield, a new team.
They are indeed. Let's start with Smithfield then. They've scored already twice in that opening chukker, both coming from the man with the number 3 on his shirt, Manu Vijamil, the 5-goaler. We've got 2 of those on the field. Jason Crowder, of course, playing for Brookfield Farm, the other 5-goaler. Then Craig Callan at number 1, playing off -1. At number 2, Julio Escura, matching the number on his shirt, 2 goals. And, of course, at back, John Klopp, the 0-goal. The Brookfield Farm Polo, you just mentioned him, Sophia Dobel at number 1, Franz Spinacci at number 2, and then Alex Webb, our friend from England, at number 3, and of course Jason Crowder. And of course there's always a speculation going on, when will he change his helmet?
Yeah, we might have to start putting it out there, maybe give some of our gear away, apparel away or so. If you can pick, the Smithfield team, we were talking about them earlier. Love to see the Smithfield team here. I call Craig and John the dynamic duo of sponsors. They play together a lot. They always are on the field together. Julio is usually their main man, but they will mix it up based on the level they play. Mm-hmm. And they play everything from 8 up to 20-goal polo. And they love their horses. They love their polo. And I said the Smithfield Farm, Polo Farm in Mashonack, New York, just a spectacular place. That's right down from the club in general. And so it's nice to see them here in the winter season playing at the Grand Champions Polo Club. So good luck to Smithfield. Brookfield, we know this team, man, they can play very strong. You know, they were in the finals. And so we'll see if they can get a win here. But at the moment, Smithfield very strong in the first chukker.
Indeed, and this man who's on the ball as we speak, Manu Vijamil, hitting the target twice. Nice open pass up to the front, looking for Craig Callan. Oh, he took a swing and a miss, a little bit unlucky. And also the man with the number 3, Alex Webb. They're not able to pick up that loose ball. He's going to get a second chance over on the boards, but Callan, they're right with him. Now then, let's see what Webb will do here. He's also, of course, come all the way from England. Great to have him here. We've got such an international array of players, such an international field of players from all corners of the globe coming to Grand Champions, which of course now in its 16th year, a one-stop shop where you literally can get everything that your polo heart desires. You touched on it earlier, Dale, the Polo On Demand program, which of course is absolutely phenomenal.
Ball's going to go out of bounds. We're going to get a change of possession, a cop, and it'll be Manu.
Once again, everything running via him. He's got an incredible technique. Look at that long ball. Now, was he going for goal or was he trying to play that one up to Callan? Callan coming up there with him. Now then, who's going to be the first man on the ball once again?
It's a back shot there by John.
Yeah.
He almost found Manu there and lined out well here early, Smithfield.
Yeah, positioning very, very well, disrupting any kind of rhythm that Brookfield are still trying to find. Now, maybe here the switcheroo again, a solid hook. Now, who can turn first? It'll be Webb on the ball first. An appeal coming from Vijay, the umpire there, Roddy Matthews, seeing no imminent danger, so he will allow play to continue. Crowder now. Is that, yeah, that is Crowder. Jason Crowder coming through, stealing that ball. He's up against Julio Escura. There is the cut shot to goal. Yeah, not much in it, but still, no goal.
Yeah, bad luck there. Julio actually had the back shot. And notice Julio, how correct he stayed. That was perfect. How he went to the line and he cut back to the right on the near side shot that he missed. Right here, number 2, being a professional umpire himself. Very keen on the field. Stayed clean there. Crowder had the opportunity, but off to the outside. But it was Jason again, a big back shot.
Yeah, now who can turn first? Who's going to pick up that ball? Well, it's not going to be anybody from Brookfield. Once again, picked up here now by the number 2, Julio. Yeah, it's got a little bit of traffic. Wants to clear it. Does so. But, of course, trying to find playmaker Manu Vijay. So at the moment, it's going to and fro. Now, maybe Spinacci can open up something here and make something out of this.
And you'll get a whistle on the play. So back shot coming from Vijay. That ball's going to come about 45 across the field.
Yeah.
And you can see right there, then you got one player riding down. You have Fran coming up, so they're going to go ahead and take a peek at it. And they'll look at this. They have a right-of-way violation was the call. You are going to get a courtesy change, as we are using the courtesy change. And remember, 1 time per chucker. Looks like 3 out of 4 players. Craig is going to decide to stay on his 4-legged athlete. All players will have the opportunity to change their horse 1 time in the middle of the chucker. And the courtesy change has just been another phenomenal program that's come into play that we've used over the last 6-7 years here. Grand Champions Polo Club, Aspen Valley Polo Club. And they've taken it to be a tournament condition in the United States Polo Association. So if you do play your USPA sanctioned club, you can use the courtesy change and get all the info on that from the white book. There's a good shot here of Alex Webb changing his horses. Look at all the bridles and everything. You see all the different bits there they use. They have the drop noseband there. If you look at that horse on the left, be your right. And with the blue rings, those rings are protection right there. They put them on the bits for the horse's mouth. It keeps it softer there. They have a noseband that works around the front of the horse's nose right there, the higher noseband. Then you have a drop noseband, which works around the horse's mouth. Keep them adjusted. Because that bridle right there uses is called a big ring gag. And you see the size of the rings on there. And that's why they call it a big ring gag. Those reins that you see running through the bridle, those are running reins. They look like a running rein. It's actually a draw rein. And it does hook to the saddle. It gives the ability to keep the horse's nose in a better position. Some horses will play in 4 reins, straight reins. Most polo setups, of course, bridles have 2 sets of reins. So you have 4 reins. And that's something you teach you at the polo school, how to hold all those reins and how to put them in your hand. There's all different ways of doing it. Every player has a different way that they like to do it. We show you 3 or 4 different styles. And they are going to call the right-of-way violation against the Brookfield team. So we have a penalty 5A, and it'll be Vijay.
Very quickly taken here. Manu will try and run out or try and lose Fran Spinacci, but we know What a hard worker and what a great team player Franz Spinacci is, but he's going to get a second chance now. Great footage here from the drone as we see Vijamil trying to, well, still steal it. He's done well. He's worked really, really hard to get the ball where it is. Now then the finishing touch, and he just hammers that one through, Dale. Absolutely phenomenal, getting his third goal here of the game.
Yeah, playing very strong on 5 goals, and he gets through 2 very strong defenders, and that's Crowder first, and now Franz Spinacci, watch, he flips it under his horse's neck. Then Crowder's okay because you can see Fran pull away. So good communication there by the Brookfield team. But now Manu just stays right with it. And I love the shot here because he has Crowder coming up again. If he takes it a couple more times, he might get hooked. Yeah. So good thought process. Look at this. Out the backside, it's going to be Smithfield once again, and it's going to be Manu.
Vijamil, well, he's working very hard. Look at that great stick work here. But Spinacci this time coming out on top, leaves that one for Alex Webb, who will send it back down the field. But they are positioned very well. Julio Escura now, and he will try and send that one back into the danger zone. Spinacci can all but just watch that one trickle over, and luckily over the sideline, the back line, out on the left-hand side. So Brookfield Farm Polo, Dale, still not yet finding their rhythm here in this.
Yeah, we are going to do the stats for this game at the end of the game because it is 4 chuckers. We will not have halftime stats. We use the halftime stats where we play 6 chucker games. All the 6-goal Polo is 4. Look at this little play here, my man. He backs the ball to himself, gets around on the gray 4-legged athlete, Que Golazo, Vijamil.
Absolutely, and I'm pretty sure Jason Crowder will not be happy giving that or having his pocket picked here. Very, very nice textbook play here. And Malo so far 2 for 2. For 2 in the first, now 2 in the second chucker as we approach the 1-minute mark. So let's hope that Brookfield will come out after that halftime interval, which of course will be coming up shortly, with a strategy how to take on this very, very dominant Smithfield in this, of course, the opening match of the Madelon Bourdieu Memorial 6-goal 2023.
Yeah, that's just a super play by the 5-goaler. I mean, he backed that ball on angles to somebody running on, but nobody was there. And as you said, the great 4-legged athlete he's riding right here, this horse, very quick on his feet. Look, he's going to scoot by Crowder once again. He's going to take it inside, get inside the 60. Crowder, he takes the mallet away, shuts it down in between 2 players, still keeps control. Now he still keeps control. Wow, that's a nice little play again. Now a shot on goal. And still on the field, or they're talking about it. I guess that one just wide, but a lot of hustle from the number 3 in white.
Absolutely, and they're going to have to, as I say, they're going to have to come up with something here if they want to.
Might take a look at this one or trigger maybe the goal shot. We'll see what they decide to do. Tough angle there, but it looks like that is going to end our chucker. So we'll let them check and see if they decide to trigger that or not. And we're going to go to a little halftime break. We'll get the teams organized, and we'll be back here for our second half on CTV Sports.
My name is Augustine Malman. I am a chef. I trained with my uncle in Argentina in several restaurants, and now I travel the world creating unique experiences, all cooked with fire. For this event, we came from California. My team and I had some previous events there, and we traveled with my wood oven trailer and all of our grills from Santa Barbara, California. Well, when we got here, we always arrive about a week prior to the event. There's several things that we order from out of town, like the firewood. We make reservations of all of the rental items, kitchen equipment, anything we need prior to our arrival is already reserved. And then once we arrive into town, we'll source out whatever products are on the menu, like fish, red meats, fruit, vegetable, anything that we need specifically for that menu that we chose. We will source it once we get in town. My team is everything. I mean, I always tell them and to my clients, without a good team, you can't execute these kind of dinners. It takes a lot more work than what people see when they show up to the events. It takes, like I said, sometimes weeks to prepare for an event like this because we're traveling from out of town, so we have to source everything we're not familiar with. The new new barn is, I mean, we're here. This is the first dinner we're doing here, so we're very excited to be here. It's amazing. It's a great place to be, and it has this inner courtyard, which is amazing to do dinners, with a special area back here behind me to do all of our grilling and the fire showcase. So it's great to be here. It's a beautiful place. Very different being up in the mountains, but I mean, I feel with Melissa and Mark and all the events we do together, I mean, I feel like it's home. You know, we've been cooking for them for about 4 or 5 years now. But as far as showcasing what we want to showcase and being in an incredible place like Aspen Valley Polo Club, that's no difference to Wellington. I mean, it's a beautiful place up here. It's going to be a 4-course seated meal. As the first course, we have a halloumi cheese that we sear on our fire plancha with shrimp, pine nut gremolata sauce on top. The second course seated will be a roasted beetroot salad with goat cheese and arugula, lemon zest and olive oil. And then the main course tonight will be a mashed potato, sweet potato puree with skirt steak and chimichurri sauce. My name is Augustine Malman, and we are in Aspen Valley Polo Club, one of the most beautiful places to do an outdoor fire dinner experience.
Welcome back to CTV Sports. I'm Dale Schwetz.
And I'm Jan-Erik Frank.
And we are live here from the CTV studios in Wellington, Florida. And we're playing polo today at the Santa Rita Polo Farm on the Buenos Aires field. And 6-goal polo. We love it.
6-goal polo at its finest. And you've got to give it to that new team, Smithfield, who've come in. You've been talking a lot about them. Craig Callan, John Klopp, Julio Escura, and Manu Villamil. And that man, Manu Villamil, scoring twice in the first, twice in the second, have definitely caused a bit of a shock here for Brookfield, because they haven't scored a single goal yet.
Yeah, 5-goal player, and he's dominating the field right now. Mounted very well, using his players. He's been using Craig Callan out in front. Now remember, John plays in the back, and Craig plays in the front, and then Julio at 2 goals, and he was a former 6-goal player, so he understands how to get around the field, and he's just letting the young player, young 5-goaler, do his thing, and very successful. Also very strong on the penalty shots. Makes a penalty 4 or 60-yard shot. Gives a lot of confidence.
Excuse me, it does indeed, and I'm sure that Brookfield Farm will have had plenty to talk about. They'll be coming out in just a few minutes. But Dale, we were talking earlier also about the ladies.
And, the ladies, man, have been playing a lot of polo here, grand champions.
Well, I was just going to say, whether it's the Polo School Ladies League weekly games or the mixed league tournaments, women playing polo is at an all-time high here at Grand Champions Polo Club, the fastest growing sector in the United States. women polo players have increased in numbers at the nation's largest club. And that, of course, is also very much thanks to Melissa Ganzi. The Polo School Ladies League, now in its 7th year and co-founded by Grand Champions president and avid player Melissa Ganzi, and Alina Carter, features women of all ages and ability levels and serves as a stepping stone to major tournaments such as the WCT Finals at Grand Champions, the Women's US Open, which got underway on Friday, March 10th at Port Mayaca Polo Club, and of course the Women's Argentine Open. Hope Ariano, Mia Cambiaso, Sarah Siegel Magnus, Pamela Flanagan, Sophia Dobel, who is playing, of course, here this morning, Heather Suto and Alessia Seidel are just some of the names of the ladies playing here at Grand Champions.
Yeah, it's been amazing, and a lot of those ladies are playing now in the Women's U.S. Open here, and so it's great to see them have the ability, and we love to see that. So if you want to get more involved in that, remember, go to gcpolo.com, sign up for the newsletter, for our email, and you'll be able to get all of this information sent right to your emails, as they are back here quickly for the second half, and Smithfield comes out right away and takes control. But then Franz Panacci gets the ball right here, and you have 3 players come together, and we have one of the Brookfield players pushing a Smithfield player across the right of way into Franz Panacci. So that will be a penalty 5A in favor of the Smithfield team. They're in the white jerseys. If you're just joining us, for our second half, it is Craig Callan, Julio Escura, Manu Villamil, and John Klopp. That's their in the white jerseys. And in the black and green jerseys, you have the Brookfield team with Sophia Dobel, Franz Panacci, Alex Webb wearing the 3, and then Jason Crowder wearing the 4. And Jason did change his helmet, so I think we're going to see some good things out of Jason.
I'm sure we will, because, again, that superstition, and I've got to say I'm also guilty of it, has proven in the past that when he changes his helmet, one of his other superstitions is he does not like wearing the number 3.
No, he doesn't. He wears the 4. He'll play the 3 and wear the 4, but you are going to get another little right away here, and Alex Webb, captain, talking to our Mount official, Roddy Matthews. So it looks like they're going to go ahead and drop this one in favor of the Smithfield team on a right-of-way violation. Right on the boards, right in front of us here under our center cam. And I want to wish my beautiful wife a happy anniversary as she's on that center cam. 29 years today, yeah?
Well, then let me also wish you a very, very happy anniversary, Dale. Well done. Congratulations. 29 years. That is something which you don't hear very often. So well done.
I appreciate it. Yeah. We're finding it great. And spending today with Polo, that's what we love, because we love the Polo. All right, here we go. Let's get back to some action here, because we want to see this Brookfield team get it going. They're a tough team. On the move, Alex Webb.
Yeah, now let's see if he can drill a nice long ball back up to the front, looking for, he tried to pick it up on the bounce, but Webb, he saw it coming. He found a little gap. Alex Webb now, can he get the first score up for Brookfield Farm? Immediately surrounded by Smithfield defenders. Well, it all came to an unfortunate stop, and over on the far side, and I think you can see now already they're trying to take Manu Villamil out of the play as quickly and as much as possible.
Yeah, good call now. You need to do something with him, because he has been the battery. The ball gets taken down right here. Here's Alex. Good work. Takes it to the inside, and then right there, you see how, man, he made the near side play, and you're going to get a late whistle on this one. But he comes across again. It's the same play that Jason did up in the corner, but instead of going from left to right, where Jason went to the ball, Manu went from right to left.
Yeah.
So you got to make sure when he flips that ball to the left. Now, listen, he had the ball on his outside. He turned it. That's different. But this one, he took the ball on the near side, and he flipped it to the left. So if you have a player following the O-line, you need to let them clear.
Of course.
Or, give them a play on the near side. You can't run around them. His horsepower was great.
Yeah.
His horsepower got him out of there, but it might have been his horsepower got him into the foul, because he's had so much he figured he could get away from Alex. Good job for Webb riding that one out. And they'll drop the ball for a open goal penalty 2 in favor of the Brookfield team, and it'll be Franz Panacci. It looks like it's going to be right down the center. Well done, friend.
Well done indeed, and let's hope that this will be, let's hope that this goal will have a domino effect, because they are still trailing by 3 goals. We're coming up to, nearly half a chukker play, but I think the umpires allowed the players to go and take that courtesy change, which also allows us to remind you, we've got not just any old double header on today. This is the first game of the Madelon Bourdieu Memorial Six Girl. But remember, this afternoon, 4 o'clock Florida time. And it is summertime, Dale. It is summertime now. So
yeah, you like that?
I do like that. We get an extra hours of daylight, and I like that very much. So more polo, more to watch here on CTV Sports. But as I was saying, this afternoon, 4 o'clock, Audi coming into the final of the Founders Cup 2023 with 4 wins under their belt. So a 4-0 up against Richard Mille, who did exactly the same, coming into this final, 4 wins out of their matches. So make sure you tune in this afternoon. It's going to be a very exciting final.
Yeah, we're going to have a special guest with me today. Jan will be at the field. So if you do come to the Grand Champions Polo Club, you'll have Jan out at the field. And he'll be bringing you all the play-by-play and all the energy out there. So if you do come to the field, please enjoy yourself. And if you're joining us on CTV Sports, I will have a special guest. And we're going to keep that a secret. See who comes in today.
Okay.
You never know.
Well, I don't even know.
We don't tell you until you come in.
Okay.
CTV Sports, we've been enjoying that. We appreciate your feedback, as we have been having the professional players. Jan, we've had the opportunity to work with a couple.
Yeah.
And how have you felt about that? It's been a lot of fun for me.
And likewise, I think it's great that CTV Sports, of course, always raising the bar. And you had Alejandro Navijo Estrada, I had Nito Uranga, and on Friday we had Nick Roldan in the studio, and such a nice guy. And, of course, he will be in that final this afternoon. And, you know, what's so interesting, you know, the players really enjoy being here, not only because of being in the studio, but being able to see what they can't out on the field, but what they know there's going on out on the field.
No, it's a great learning experience, I said, for all of us sitting with them sitting with us. And so we do get a whistle here after the courtesy change. We'll get a good look at it here. Let's see. Alex goes on the gray pony right there. He takes it forward. Picked up here by Manu. He goes to back it. The ball is going 45 degrees, yeah. And he's just very quick. I mean, it was a quick rider. He spins his horse around. You see how hard he works. He actually hit another back shot to somebody, but no one was there. He spun around himself, got on the right-of-way, coming 45 degrees across the field, caught a Brookfield player on the right-of-way, blocking the right-of-way. So we have a shading call, blocking, right-of-way violation, penalty 5B from the center, and there'll be Escura.
Julio taps the ball into play, sends it out to the left-hand side, of course, and who's out there on the left-hand side? Vijan Mille with a lot of space to work. Crowder will be the first to come in. Webb now also coming in for a piece of the action, but still Vijan Mille avoids the hook from Webb. Yeah, snaps one very quickly. Has a deflection, sent back down the line, but again, it ends at the feet of Vijan Mille, but we have another whistle.
You see the way they line up there? You see how they have Craig, he stays way in the front, and then John. Klopp, if you notice, you watch off the left side, watch John. See John in the white helmet? He's always a safety valve.
Yeah.
And see, watch, what you see again, you'll see him in the middle. He's right back there all the time, number 4. And they keeps that back door closed, and that's the way they play. It's a solid way to play the game. And John, as I said, Craig pulls the team. John shuts down the back door, and then they let the 2 boys do what they do in the middle, and then they will rotate if they need to. We are going to get a penalty out of this, and this can go in favor of the Smithfield team. 4-1 here in a third. Remember, only one more chukker left. So let's see if Smithfield can put a little icing on the cake here with the 5-1, or like you said, they had that one goal by Franz Panacci. I thought that might open the floodgates for the Brookfield. Oh, so we have a technical.
Okay.
So there was a shot on goal, and the ball had flown towards the player, and he had a verbal appeal. And look at this. And they passed the stick there, didn't they? Is it? Nope. We're going to go with Manny one more time. Might as well. He's been deadly from the penalty line. So Manny's going to go ahead and pick up another penalty on the technical foul on number. Sure to put a number there. We'll check. We'll check the number of the player on that one on the Brookfield team for the technical.
And meanwhile, the ball is back in play. Under 2.5 minutes left to play. Now here then, let's go and see if Spinacci can pick up a second goal here in the penultimate chucker. Crowder unable to control that ball. In comes Alex Webb from the third row, the third line, if you will. Back up to the front door. Still Webb, very, very close now. Now, Bijamil needs to clear a little bit. And with a nice little touch there, Alex Webb picks up his first goal of the game.
There you go. So Webb's going to go ahead and jump on it. And that's what they needed, though, after that nice penalty shot. Successful penalty shot by Bijamil. You see right there you have Fran, but Fran, he gets called off of that ball by Alex. Alex has, look at that, well done by Bijamil. He needs to clear there. You see how he moved out of the way?
Yeah.
And that's the way it should be done. The umpire in the field is telling the players to clear and then asking the player with the ball to use it. And the procedure worked perfectly there. And we're back to a 3-goal game.
So, yep, 2 goals in it now. I beg your pardon, 3 goals in it, as you said, Dale. We're in the third chucker. That's what I meant to say. As Fran Spinacci will pick up the win on this throw-in. Very much looking forward to those stats when they come up, of course, at the end of the fourth chucker. Spinacci on a very fast pony here. He's on the move. Spinacci, he's got a man on his hip there. Loses him and gets a little space for himself now then. Remember, Fran Spinacci, also very strong and dead in front of goal. Well, that was a clever play once again by Bijamil. And Bijamil opens up his pony. Now then, Alex Webb coming back as the Secretary of Defense. Still, Bijamil, good ball control here. Wait for that hook to come. Now he takes it on the near side. Well played here. Bijamil slightly overcooked it. Webb will clear it. Did not clear it far enough. Spinacci will once again try and pick up that open ball. In comes Julio. And Julio will go for a cut shot. There is said cut shot and a cracking goal by Julio Escura.
And this is just good polo again by the Smithfield team. It actually starts with John Klopp down on the far side. Remember you said you had a man there blocking that hole? Well, he just stays in position, and then that gives Bijamil the time to make the steal. So good steal by Bijamil, great ball control by Manu to come down the field, waits for his man, goes to the near side, takes his time, and that gives Julio time to get back in his area. And the Brookfield team here had the ability to clear that ball out of there, Jan. Just didn't get successful shots. So that will go ahead and take us to the end of our third chucker play. So we will be back for our fourth and final chucker. Stay with us here on CTV Sports.
Today's high temperature is 8 degrees above normal.
Experts are warning that the Don't let them in, don't let them see. Be the good girl you always have to be. Conceal, don't feel, don't let them know. Well, now they know. Let it go, let it go. Can't hold it back anymore. Let it go, let it go. Turn away and slam the door. I don't care what they're going to say. Let the song raise on. Cold never bothered me anyway.
I am Nick Weaver. I am the co-founder and COO of Blue Delta Gene Co. I've probably measured over 30,000 butts, 7 feet tall and 7 feet wide. Doesn't matter. It is fun making people happy. When you make a garment that fits, that's one thing. When you make a garment fit and look good, that's another thing. And we are very good at the latter. We have grown our company by taking care of people. We have grown by making jeans that fit. There are some things that will never change. Where it's made, how it's made, and who's making them. Every jean is one of one. But now we can get you measured from anywhere in the world. We have rolled out a virtual tailor system, blown away with the technology. It's unbelievable how accurate it is. It's a quick, easy, touchless way so we can get the measurements to make you a pair of damn good jeans.
Six chucker action. We have everybody lined up and ready to go, Yan. And 4-goal difference. It was 2-0 after the first. Smithfield in the white jerseys. 4-0 at halftime. That's where it was kind of tough for Brookfield. They didn't get any goals in the first half. 4 unanswered goals in the first half.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, they were good in the second. Then in the third chucker, they came in, scored a couple. They matched them, but that kept the score here at 6-2. So, fourth chucker, final chucker, big back shot here by Webb. It goes over the top, and I believe Spinacci gets on the right. Yeah, Fran's going to get on the line right there, and so you're going to get a penalty called against number 1 in the white. So Craig got to come over there and make a ride-off on Spinacci and then go near side. As Fran's following that ball that comes over the top of his head, Callan comes in at a kind of an angle there to make his back shot. So they're going to move that one down for a 60-yard shot. Crowder has been very successful from the penalty line. We talk about his father being a great coach. So I know that Jason practices a lot of penalty fours. Here's Jason. Didn't get much help from the four-legged athlete there. A little bouncy.
And I don't know if you noticed, but he's changed his helmet again.
Did he change again? Did he go to the third helmet?
Yeah, he has.
Well, this must be the special helmet then. The 4-goal down helmet. He has have it written on it. He changes it around, you know. The last couple games we've seen it help, but here we go. Smithfield, they've been good today. On the far side, it's going to be Vijamil.
Once again, indeed, the 5-goal player. Not wasting any time, and he's getting a challenge there from Alex Webb. I like that. Webb getting into it, puts his stick down, but Vijamil finding the space, the gap, just holding fire, still controlling and playing the ball to himself. Now comes the pass up to the front, looking for Craig Callan. Callan, oh, what a great pickup here by Callan, but did he possibly...
Yeah. Bad luck. Because remember, you'll see on the drone footage, keep an eye on the number 4 right here. Jason's going to follow the ball. See, player following the ball always has the right way over a player moving towards the ball right there. And so that ball was going down the field, straight down the field.
Unlucky, very unlucky.
Yeah. And Craig comes from the left to right. You got to try to go for it on the distance-wise. The ball gets hit a little bit further. And it'll be a 5A, and here comes Julio, and they override, backed up by Craig.
Yeah, but intercepted by Spinacci. Ben Spinacci will try and loft that one back up to the front. Webb is there, as is Sophia Doble. They're in front of goal. Webb, Vijamil on the handlebars. Now then, Spinacci. Oh, did you see that cute little, I say cute, that elegant little touch from Fran Spinacci picking up his second goal?
Yeah, they block Crowder out. Well done on stopping Jason in here. Look at Jason. Jason brings the ball right there, and they get their jump, and then Fran had to go ahead and jump in there and make a play. But see, Julio doesn't want to get the one. He knows, don't give him the one here. Stay clean, because that's the kind of play in a game when you're up by a couple. Because you give the one, then you get possession, you go back to center. So Julio's like, look, let's just keep it cool, keep it calm. We still got a little lead here, but a lot of time, 4:39 on the clock, or we'll get a check. And here's another good shot of Alex. Shows you how they go horse to horse. When they're changing, they're four-legged athletes. Most players do that. A lot of players use mounting blocks also. That is all part of the game. Fran says he's just going to go ahead and get on and off. Fran gets a lot done here on this little gray four-legged athlete. Keep an eye on it. He plays in the last chucker every day, every game.
Well, it would appear that Brookfield Farm Polo are at least finding their rhythm. It's taken them a good, the first half, really, literally, to get that rhythm going. So far, they are the only team that have scored in this in this fourth chukker, but they are still down by 3 goals.
Yeah, the good thing is that they did the Kersey change actually a little bit earlier. It actually worked for the Brookfield team, which this does happen. It does happen in different places. Okay, so they still are going to have a Kersey change. All right,
okay.
So she's got word in from our IRO, so that even works even better. They needed to change out a horse, or we had attack time.
Okay.
So they decided to change their horse instead of fixed attack. And so we are still going to have a Kersey change. So a lot of time, this match is far from over.
Here we go. Ball is back in play around on the outside, on the far side, I should say. Once again, on the move and on the ball. Vijamil. Oh, he lost that one or didn't control it now. Then Can Webb. He teed it up nicely for Spinacci. Spinacci sends it back to Webb. Webb on the move. Didn't get the touch and the shot he wanted because you've got to give it to them. Smithfield very quick in coming back in situ and also playing a very solid defensive play.
Yeah, this play we're going to have to take a look at and see, because who has the right of way here? Who gets there early enough? Does he get over? Yeah, and he gets over there for the ride-off very early. And we'll see what they decide on the call here. But when you have 2 players riding towards one line and then you have a player up, now you are allowed to come from the side and make a ride off. We'll decide which way did the player ride underneath or from behind, or did the player drop the ballot on? Yeah, and you're going to get swinging into the player. The ride off was good, and you can see that on our video. Vijamil, he made his contact way before the ball, and then you can't drop your mallet on a player. And also, remember, he can make that play even by the ball if he comes from the side, but just a good hustle play again by Manu Vijamil. So you get the 5A there, and this is the 5A. Now watch this one. It's going to go down the center. Look at Crowder's going to get his right away right here. And you see Craig going to come from right to left. So Craig got to stay near side there on the left side, or he's got to go make a ride-off on Jason and take it on the offside. So he'll watch the tapes. He goes over it. They love it. They love CTC Sports, him and John. So they'll go and check it out, and they'll clean that up a little bit. Here you go, penalty 5A. Jason, he needs one. Let's see if he can get one down in there.
Well, it's definitely gone far, but can he find Spinacci or Webb? Both of them, both the attackers up there in the front, but nicely cleared by Julio Escora. And, of course, he will be eyeing the clock, of course. Wanted to keep possession of the ball as long as possible. Once again, left for Spinacci. Crowder is behind. Crowder has to pick up the loose ball. Escura, I think they had a deflection as well. Escura will send it back. Oh, look at that. Makes them vulnerable. They had everybody going up forward. And now then, Smithfield. So, good, very good reaction here by Brookfield Farm Polo. But you've got to give it to Smithfield, Dale. They are very quick in getting back in position and back in situ to play that also defense as much as they've been very strong on offense. Spinacci now, needs to control it. That's that grey mare you were talking about. Crowder is behind. Crowder wanted to pick up that ball. Escura up again. The 2 number 2s battling it out, and once again it's going to be Manu Vijamil.
Manu on another gray, and he's going to go into the neck with it and break loose here. And he's got about 3 lengths on everybody. Checks his shoulder once, twice. Now he'll go to bury his head, and there he goes. Shoulders down. He probably won't look back one more time. No, and he's got the time and the space. So another goal here by Manu Vijamil.
And I believe, Dale, that was a bit of a coast-to-coast.
Yeah, that's a coast-to-coast like butter on toast. And he's showing you how to get it done if you're a young player, a new player to the game. He knows how you check your shoulder twice, and then after that, he never look back again. Stay focused on the ball. If you don't need to look back, you never know. It could hit a divot, could pop to the right, pop to the left. And look at it, did pop on him.
Yeah.
But his approach shot was just perfect, and it trickles across the line.
So, a goal apiece, and once again, that 7-goal advantage. Here now comes that courtesy change with a little over 2 minutes left to play here in chukker number 4. So, Smithfield, so far on course, getting off to a very good start of the Madelon Bourdieu Memorial 6-goal 2023.
Yeah, I actually was with John and Craig. I had the opportunity to see them, and they said they're ready to go. So they were preparing for this tournament, and this is one of their first tournaments they played here at the Grand Champions Polo Club. So they come in ready to rock and roll, and they're showing how to get it done. The team's playing very well together. I mean, we got Manu being the goal scorer, but the way they design their team is set up for that.
Yeah, and they're all doing a very good job, all four of them. Craig Cullen, John Klopp, Julio Escura. He's also a man who got one score in chukker number 3. But you've got to give it to that man, Manu Villamil. Very consistent. 2 goals in the first, 2 in the second, 1 in the third, and now 1 in the fourth. And as I say, a little over 2 minutes left to play here in the fourth chukker.
Yeah, remember last time we saw Brookfield play Sophia Doble, they had her more in the game.
Yeah.
So tough game for her today because John plays very deep.
Yes.
So for her at the number 1 position, it's kind of hard to get her, get balls out to her. And that's just the design and the strategy that the Smithfield team uses. So let's see if they can get Sophia in. She looks like she's coming into the game a little bit, which I like to see that, mixing it up. They're trying to find a offensive attack. But like you said, Smithfield just been very strong.
Yeah, that once again, another very deep ball into the territory there of Brookfield. They need to be careful here. Once again, Manu Villamil in control on the board. Nicely done, stolen by Spinacci. Spinacci now around the outside, couldn't control it. Crowder will try and send it back to Spinacci. Well, again, he didn't hit the ball cleanly, so the pressure once again on Brookfield as Smithfield in front of goal. Julio Escura. Yeah, and again, he knew that Alex Webb was coming, so Julio Escura picking up his second of the game.
I was actually going to give love to the non-call there. I thought the umpire made a good non-call. I thought Fran had turned that ball before Julio went to ride for it, and that could be a little difficult at times, but Fran definitely got that ball out in front. Hindsight, Julio was on a broken play, and the play turned, and they win the next play, and he's all by himself because he was actually riding that foul out and didn't receive it, so it actually worked to benefit them that Julio was down there by himself. And, Yan, you pointed it out. He knows when to shoot the ball when he gets people pressuring him. It's going to be Fran Spinacci now on the little gray 4-legged athlete on the far side. Slows it down, moves it down into the corner. Looking for Webb on the rotation. There it is, back across the center. And the inside is going to be picked up here by Manu, and he's going to carry it out and clean it out of the danger zone. He'll shut it down a little bit here as they click down, and that ball is going to go out of bounds. We will have a change of possession, and it's going to be right here at the end of our fourth chukker.
Remember, there are, of course, 6 teams playing here in the Madelon Bourdieu Memorial. 2 brackets, Brookfield Farm Polo in bracket 1, Smithfield in bracket 2. And there she was, you were talking about it just now, Dale, Sophia Doble on the ball. Last few seconds of play. So that will bring us to the end of our very, very fun to watch game of this Madelon Bourdieu Memorial. Congratulations to Smithfield. They came, they saw, they conquered. I'm sure there'll be plenty for Brookfield Farm Polo to talk about going into their next game. Final score then, 8-3 for Smithfield.
Yeah, good finish and a great start. Here are our stats, our final match stats, 8-3. Shots on goal, this is going to line out pretty well. I mean, they're 11-6, and they were shooting that goal a lot, Smithfield. Tied on the knock-ins, though, actually misses. So percentages-wise, Smithfield with a better percentage of shooting than the Brookfield team. They'll work on that. Throw-ins, they won 2 more also. That helps in a 4-chukker game. It's very big possessions. Fouls committed. This is where Brookfield needs to clean it up. In 4 chukkers, 7 fouls. That's going to be a bit too many when you have a team fouling only 4 against you. And then look at penalty scored. Manu, he had the 2 60s, and he made both of them. Everything else was a penalty 5, A or B. So great stats. Guys, Love to see the stats. The numbers never lie, and the stats have been amazing. So, well, this is our first game, and as Jan said, 6 teams in there. There's going to be some fun teams playing, so make sure you join us for all of our 6-goal games. Any final words on this afternoon's game? We're going to have the 26-goal final.
Yeah,
Calder's Cup. Make sure you join us.
I was just going to say, as you said there, everything from 6 to 26. What we just saw was a very good taster, a very good example of how solid and how good the Polo is, even at 6 goals. But of course, we've got a big final coming up this afternoon. Very, very excited. Audi 4-0, Richard Mille 4-0. You don't want to miss this afternoon.
Yeah, make sure you join us. For Jan Eric Frank, I'm Dale Schwetz. I speak for everyone here at CTV Sports when I say thank you for making us the leaders of Polo broadcasting. And always remember here at CTV Sports, we love the Polo.